Hello everyone and welcome back. It is finally time to do, oh hang on, here we go, January. I've got my colors picked out, so I'm doing a purple and yellow theme. And yeah, oh, I haven't erased this at all. Oops. I swear I'll do it at the end. Yeah, I'm nervous this time as well, because just like with the goals page, I need to cut out here. And there's a lot more corners. The butterfly was, well, there is corners, but it was more like round, whereas January has corners everywhere. I didn't think of this when I made it, but I've done it, so we gotta do it. Then we have our monthly overview. I did add in some, like some trackers, like changing sheets, because I do that once a week, but I also do have depression, so it's hard to remember when I last did it. So having somewhere where I can like dedicate to noting down when it's been done, I hope is gonna be the lifesaver I dream of it to be. I also have a second one. So should I discover there's something else I do weekly, I can put it down should I need it. We also have a visitor today. Pluto is here, so his little tappies will be in the background. Right, and Saturdays and Sundays I've combined because usually there's not a lot going on those days, but we'll see though how that goes for this month. Then the next spread would be spending log. This is something I haven't done before. I've wanted to do something in terms of tracking financials, but I've never been able to in the past, but I found this layout, so I'm gonna try it. There are some changes I've done to future months. So income, bills, and groceries will be the same, but the other section I have moved down here to the bottom, so there's a little bit better writing room in it. And then the title will be along here. But I put it this way for January, so I'll keep it and then try it, but you know, we'll see. Then for the weekly layout, I think January is the only one that has the smallest boxes for the weekdays. They do get bigger, and then I have a few that I change for in the back to, so task this week, if there's a birthday, or like now I'm watching Pluto, like I can write things down here. So if it's a birthday, I can be like, if I'm making a cake, then I can write that down. I have a way of checking it off that's separate from like the things that happen each day. Then we have achievements. This is for like when I finish books, or there are other things that I've managed to do or achieved each week. I can put it down here. Ideally, I like having like books read by the by this page, but there isn't enough space for it, like for each month, so it's gonna be on the weeklies. Then there is my habits. I think for January I've only put in 3, but later I put, I think it's 5 or 6. The habits I'm gonna do is read, because I haven't, like, I try to read a little bit every day, but I noticed throughout the year I very much like have periods where I don't do anything but read, where I like, the minute I finish one, I'll then move on to the next one and just bury myself in books. So I'm trying to like space that out throughout the year more, and like, or like just in general space it out a bit more so I don't devour that many books. There's also walk. I did lose Nero last summer. He became ill towards the end, so we had to let him go. And since then I don't really go out. Whenever I have Pluto over a longer time, I do take him out for walks, obviously, but if I don't have him, I don't really venture outside my house. I do have Riek and Navi, but cats, they're not like dogs. You don't take them out for walks, though Navi is used to going for walks along Narrow, so I could maybe get away with it, but it's just not the same. I do plan to get another dog, but I need to find the right one, you know? I have to, like, yeah. And all of that. I also have put down shower because again, like I do have depression, so remembering things is quite hard. So putting things down like the shower or like vitamins, the medication is automatic at this point, which is good because I've been on it for so many years. But that's one I wanted to have an extra, but I'll see how I note that down. Right now, I just put a V on the monthly thing when I remember to take them. The next box would be coming up. So if something coming up next week or the week after that, next month, things that I need to remember, I have like a dedicated spot to put it down. Most of the weekly layouts, I was about to say are the same, but they're not. I just realized as I see it. So this would be like what a full week looks like. So here I have more habits in this. So I think it was just because this wasn't a full week. It's, you know, but yeah, here you can see I've kept like the size of the weeklies or weekdays, and then with the weekend at the bottom, I've also added notes, which I think I removed that later on because again, I have things like task this week and achievements and such to do. Yeah, I see I've also added workout. I very much enjoy, what's it called? Ring Fit Adventure. I got that for Christmas last year and I've played it for a few times. No, wait, it isn't last year. Was it? Or was it the year before? Anyways, I very much enjoy it, but then it's like, okay, remembering when to do like workouts and stuff, because with that, just as much as reading, is like I'll have a day where I like spend so much time with it, and then I'll have a few days where I don't, and I don't have that flow. So that's something I really want to try to do, as well as going out for walks on my own, which is terrifying actually. Yeah, so each week does look the same each month. I don't know if I mentioned that. See, yeah, and then I think at the end of each month before the cover there is a blank page, and initially I was like I could put like pictures up from the month that I take to just add a little bit extra personalization and, you know, like little memory book, because that's something I really like doing. So that's what I think I'll do here. I could do doodles and stuff, so I will leave this side blank and then have that fill that out as like towards the end of the month or something. So I think that's it for the walkthrough. I'll get to it and color and do the cutting. I'm so nervous for that. It's gonna be okay. So I'll get to it and I will see you guys towards the end. Alright, so I think that's me pretty much done. I am for the most part happy with it. There were some fuck ups. Getting a purple that is actually pastel or like a light color is hard. And like it dried fine, but not what I wanted. And I should have used a lighter yellow, I think, for the checkers. But for the most part, it actually looks pretty nice, I think. It stands out that this bit is a darker, it's like the dips that's supposed to be darker and not the raised parts, but what can you do? Oh shit. We have a visitor again. It was a little bit challenging working around him, but we got it done. Also, this, I can't get it off. There's like a smudge and it's kind of annoying. Also, it was easier to do this cutout than the butterfly, but that could be because it's the second time I'm doing it, or did it. And here is the monthly. I thought they were more different, but they look almost identical in color with these ones because I wanted like a darker purple and a slightly lighter, like just a difference in color, but they were almost the same. The tape I think works really well. I was looking through the ones I had to see and I was like, I don't really have purple and yellow. But this one is yellow with purple. There is some orange, but that's fine. And it does work out much better than I would have thought it did. Because at first I was like, it might stick a little bit out, you know? But it looks pretty good. And then there's the spending. And again, I should have used a lighter yellow. Because I feel like it's a bit too bright in comparison to the purple. Yeah, so I'm not super excited about it, but it will fill it fulfill its purpose. As for the weeklies, I'm pretty happy with them. I did alternate a little bit between like the colors, so it's like every other, if that makes sense. I like them. I do. They do feel very plain, but I feel like with bullet journals, they always do, like before you start using them, because once January rolls around, I'm able to write in this, it's not going to look as plain or as, you know, there's going to be writing, and then that's when it looks nice. It's once you start using it and writing things in it and so as such. So yeah, pretty stoked. Next would be February. This one, I am 100% nervous for because it's a puzzle. I was like, at the time I was like, oh, this is such a great idea. It's gonna be so cute. But I'm gonna have to cut out all of these little things. I do have a hole punch that is, I think it's 6 centimeters. No, centimeters. Holy shoot, that would have been big. But I might, hang on, I could just, I'm not gonna cut. Oh, it is the right size, actually. Actually, yeah, because it's 5mm dot grid, so it works. Ooh, the out one is gonna be the problem, though. But yeah, I'll see you for February next. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed and that you've maybe found some inspiration. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Bye.